Beyond is a doorway, and dreamers walk through on purpose. Here, we master mindset, raise oral intelligence, and rebuild legacy brick by brick. We honor who we were before the world tried to rename us. I'm Dr. Sean, dentist, alchemist, Niji, daughter of the land, and this is the Hood to Hood show, where we transform, rise, and stay risen. Welcome to the tribe.
What's going on? What's going on? Come in, tap those hearts, guys. How you feeling? How you feeling? As you can see from the title of the live, I'll be talking about never ever giving up. I've been having some technical difficulties going live today because of the snowstorm. But we here, it's super late, but what the hell? That's the point of never ever giving up. Sometimes you don't have some bad connection. You know, even without the connection, honestly, it's just one of those days, you know, like, you ever feel like you just been consistent as hell, and then you get to the part where you start to slack. That's where I am. So, maybe I need a little bit of encouragement. Tap those hearts, guys. Yeah, so today in New York, it has been super duper crazy, snowing, dark as hell, cold as hell. You know, the New York triple threat. What joy, what joy. What's up, y'all on TikTok? Who up, who up, who up? Who up, who up, who up? So never ever give up at all costs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Never ever give up. So I am Dr. Cheap the Sunflower, aka Dr. Sean. My energy is a little drained right now because first of all, it's late as fuck. Second of all, I am tired today. I don't even really feel like going live, and I don't even want to admit that, but you know, sometimes you gotta push through on days you don't want to, like me, you know. So I'm live from the trenches of consistency, y'all. I missed this morning. My connection failed us tonight. Life throws us little storms, but look at me. Look at us still just showing up anyways. Alright? Because if you try not to quit on yourself, the journey isn't going to be pretty. No. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be polished, but it's going to be your journey. Thank you for following Ninfa A Gaming. Yes. Let me check my sound. Yes. Let me know how you're feeling. Come in the room. Tap those hearts. So tonight we're going to keep our message simple. You know, that's the vibes it's giving. That's the vibes that we own. Keeping our message really light and simple today. So y'all come on in the building and let's talk. Okay. So we're gonna talk about something real simple, real light, real simple. I mean, it seems like a real simple topic, but honestly, never give up Join the journey. Okay, AI summary. I see you on TikTok. So, never ever giving up is more than just a phrase, guys. It seems like one of the easiest things people can tell you. Oh, never give up, girl. But I'm gonna really talk about the deep meaning behind it when you just like, damn, I want to give up. When you like, dang, I'm tired. I just can't push through, but you still push through. Nobody don't see those days when you like, damn, I just don't feel like it. That's me right now, like, what? But you know what? I just can't quit. You're gonna run into days on your journey where you just like, I just can't throw in the towel. That's me right now. Can't throw in the towel. So we gotta tell the truth about never quitting. Even when circumstances pop up. Never quitting. Why? Because dreams don't die because they're impossible. Dreams die because people get tired. I crack myself up, y'all. Dreams die because people get tired. Do you hear me? They be like, fuck them dreams. Bump showing up. Bump never giving up. I'm tired. That's what they think. But you know, I came from the trenches of dental school. And dental school and doctoral degrees don't care about you being tired. So that's why sometimes I push through like, you know what? Let me get up. Let me not even play. You know, so what? It's a bad day. So what if you feeling sad? Well, you know, I won't say that. Like, you gotta know your body. Like, if I was truly feeling like burnt down and tired like that, I wouldn't show up regardless of my consistency challenge, and I would start over. But you just have to show the up. Because the world throws delays at you all the time. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all already know what the T is. You already know the world gonna throw you some bad Wi-Fi. Like me, my Wi-Fi drop all the time, but I still push through, still show up. Today, like a day, a snowstorm. You know, ain't nothing you can really do about it. You know that. Bad days, bad moods. You know, women, we get into our little moods and shit. You know, bad breaks. And we think this means stop. You think this means, you know what? Stop. I had to honestly learn over time, just being a child of, or just being a child of traumatic beginnings, like dealing with loss at an early age. That taught me really early, like, to never quit, even when it gets super hard. There's no way I could have made it this far without leaning independent on the positive words my mother left me before she left this earth when I was just 7.5 years old. I had to figure out, dang, I still can't give up. I had to be this little 8-year-old kid, like, you know what? I still can't give up. Most little kids probably get tired. They're like, you know, my mama gone. They use the excuses, which are 100% valid. I'm not invalidating the excuses that we have. But we think this means stop. You think this means, oh, well, I done messed up a little bit. No, that don't mean stop. Or the day show throw you bad seeds. Oh, no. Sometimes this is your test. Because remember, we are the alchemist of our life, right? If we don't make it happen, sometimes it's not going to happen. Now, that's the art of never giving up. An alchemist never gives up. Oh, no. Never, ever give up. Why? Because delay is not denial. Delay is a test of your desire. So if I really want it, then I'm going to keep pushing through even on those bad days, bad moves, bad breaks. But if I don't really want what I'm chasing after, guess what? I'm going to deny my own self from being a part of success. Right? So if you get this test and you fail because your desire isn't strong enough, then you don't really want it that bad. That's for somebody else who's going to push through on the days when they really, really, really don't feel like it. And I feel like some people get into that mood where they don't feel like it every fucking day of their life, and they just keep going and they never feel like it, and they never reach something where they have a desire to overcome the bad Wi-Fi, the bad days, the delays, right? So every time I hit the go live button and it's around midnight, I'm telling the universe, you know what? I choose me. I choose my dream. I choose my tribe. I refuse to quit. Because I can't even lie to y'all. Going live and streaming every single day, it's a challenge that I knew would be tough, but hey, it is what it is. You can't pick everything that's easy. You know? How y'all feeling on TikTok? Tap those hearts. We're just having a little light conversation tonight. I'm just trying to motivate the masses to hang in there, you know, and be consistent. We sipping on that consistency soup tonight. Right? So what I'm saying is practice consistency through your chaos. That's when it's going to matter the most. People wouldn't believe that part of my dental school journey, and the reason why I talk about dental school so much is because it's something most people won't get to experience, but it's something that it transformed my life so drastically. I was able to really push myself beyond the limit. So that's why getting up in the middle of the night streaming, that has nothing on getting up in the middle of the night studying all night. I'd rather get up and just push myself to stream than to go back to studying all night. So I come from a place where consistency through the chaos is required. That's what truly makes people doctors. That's what truly makes people entrepreneurs. That's what truly makes people creators and, you know, philanthropists and successful. When you can push through your chaos and be consistent. It's not cute. Who said consistency was cute? You thought it was cute, boo. Oh, you thought it was cute? Girl, no. I gotta take a sip of water on that. You tripped me out. You tripped me out, girl. Girl, stop. You thought it was cute. Child, bye. Consistency ain't cute. No. Consistency is heavy, sweaty, lonely work sometimes. A lot of times when you're trying to be consistent, you got to show up and be the only one showing up for yourself sometimes. But that's okay. That ain't enough to make you quit. You still have to choose you, your dream, and your tribe. Right? Whoever your tribe is. Consistency is the grind after the grind. This is the grind after you finish grinding. It's the morning you overslept, the nights you log in anyways. It's the time you push through anyways. You create anyways. Why? Because you promised yourself you wouldn't fold. Thank you for tapping those hearts. Love loves me. Right? Yeah, it's the times you said, you know, tonight is the proof. Consistency is not a time slot. It is a decision you make in your life. So I want to ask y'all, what tried to stop you today? What did you push through to show up here tonight? I know for me, like I said, the snow, it's been snowing. It was a snowstorm. I couldn't work. Like, the snow been snowing. You know how life be lifing? The snow been snowing. The snow been snowing. It looks like winter wonderland out there, but it's not like the thick, fluffy snow. It's like more like the rainy, ugly, like messy snow. If you in a snow climate, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, ooh, why? But anywho, So that's what tried to stop me today. The weather, of course, the internet dropping, all of that. But we here, we still push through. Okay? Because why? Failure is just a part of the blueprint sometimes. So many people got it twisted. They think that, okay, they feel like they gonna get their little notebook, right? They gonna come up with a blueprint, and when you come up with your blueprints in life, you never include failure, right? When I was coming up with a plot to get out of, we'll say, undergrad, every semester I used to write my GPA down, and I used to plan to get all A's every semester, y'all. It never happened. I never got straight A's in college. Never happened. 4.0 never happened. I wasn't a traditional college student. I had to work 2 to 3 jobs at times, support some people. I had a lot going on as a college student. Not your typical college student, but every semester I never put failure as part of the blueprint. I was like, oh no, I'm going to get 4.0s, I'm going to get this. And every semester my GPA dropped just a little, but it never killed my dream. That's my point. Some people would think, oh no, to be a doctor, you got to be perfect to be a doctor. No, you just got to have passion. They going to pick the person with passion before they pick the person with straight A's and who's sterile and who don't have like that natural ability to just be like, you know what, I'm hungry, I want it. You got to be one of those people in every area of your life, especially now with times getting hard. Snow about to take me out. So if you see me a little stuffy, that's why. Right? We never plan for failure as a part of the blueprint, but I'm here to tell you, something is going to make you feel like, you know what? God dang it, I give up. God dang it, I can't do it. But don't fall for it. Whatever it is just a test to see if you really desire that next level. If you be like, dang it, I give up. Sometimes I'll be like, I give up. I say that a lot, but I never give up for real. But it's just sometimes you can get it out and think you're going to give up. But the real, true, strong dreamers, they not throwing in a towel. They might get a little frustrated, but they never going to be like, okay, for real, I give up. I might play because I get mad or something, but, it's a part of the blueprint. People think that success is just like a straight line. No, it has loops, it has pauses, it has technical difficulties. The Wi-Fi dropping like it owes you money. Success is broken pieces rearranged with intention. So you're going to take all the broken pieces and then you're going to rearrange them with strategy, clarity, intention. Winners aren't the loudest people. Oh no, you think winners loud? No, sometimes the winners aren't the loudest people. The people actually who are the loudest sometimes are people who haven't achieved success because they want to cover it up. So they got to be really loud and proud and, trying to rain on your Kool-Aid. Right? The winners are the ones walking long after everybody else done sat down. Along the journey to... Hold on, guys. My eyes watering. I feel like the snow is bothering me. I hope I'm not getting sick. No. We're going to rebuke it. A lot of my patients are sick in this weather. I hope they didn't get me sick. No, please. I don't got time to be sniffing and coughing. But winners aren't the loudest. They are the ones who are gonna make it happen. Everybody else sitting down. When you a winner, you ain't sitting down. You don't even know what other people doing, honestly, because you're not comparing. You just trying to make it happen for you. And honestly, when you come from the hood, you really don't be thinking about other people. You just really trying to survive. Sometimes the survivors are the ones who actually push through and become the winners. It's just because you're trying to survive poverty. Some people don't know how it feels to heat the house up with the stove. Some people don't know how it feels to put the blow dryer under the cover to get warm. Some people don't know about the bologna sandwich every day. Some people don't know. Some people don't know about the lights getting off or going to the payday loan, or some people don't know the struggle when you just got to push it together and piece it together. That's why you keep going. That's why. Cause it get greater later. I'm here to spoil it for you. It's gonna get greater later. But guess what happens if you become a part of the test and then you become part of the failure story? Like, yeah, I coulda, shoulda, woulda. I wish I woulda. I had a regret. I had a dream, but I let it go because I got tired. I ain't feel like being consistent no more. Because consistency is required in every single dream. I don't care if you're trying to be a doctor, get a trade as a plumber, or if you're trying to be an engineer, an astronaut, anything, you need to be consistent. Sometimes your consistency ain't gonna look cute, but you still do it anyways, right? I see you loves me, showing out. I really appreciate that. Alright? So tonight we're going to give you some solutions so that we can never give up. Some tangible steps. Number 1, reduce the dream into micro moves. This is one of the moves that I always talk about, like baby steps. Do one email, one task, one stream. Like me doing this one stream is a baby move. It's like a micro move. If I had to just, say, you know what, I have too many obstacles, I'm not going to go, I would feel bad. Like, dang, I quit on myself. So power is in the smallest consistent action. You might not think that small consistent action is going to pay off, but it is. And I don't know what that action is for you, but do it. You know what it is. I don't know what it is. Nobody else knows what it is, but you know what it is. So just do it. Number 2, build a why that outlasts your excuses. Why are you doing what you're doing? If your why is very weak, anything is going to be able to stop you. If you don't have a strong why, now this is very important. Even if you're consistent, well, I guess I can't really say that. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. Let's see. Even if you consistent and you don't have a strong passion or why, anything can still stop you. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. Tap the hearts. If not, I'll explain it a little bit further. So even if you're consistent and your purpose lacks, is weak, then you might be able to fail. It might be easy for you to fail. What's up, Golden Goddess? Just got that number to get their badge. Right? But if your why is strong, guess what can stop you? Nothing, because you're going to always remember, damn, I have a purpose. I tell y'all about dental school and all of this a lot because that's a moment in time where it's like you going into a field where it's a 1% chance you get in. You already know that's going to clock you mentally out because you're thinking 99% of failure. But when you're the alchemist, when you have a passion, when you have a strong why, you believe you're going to get into the 1%. I had to be like so delulu in myself to think that I'm going to be this young girl from the hood, melanated at that, not having any parental guidance at that, just having this blueprint that I made up on my own at that, to get to a place where I never been, no legacy at that. And to say, you know what, my why outlasts my excuses for why I can't do it. I'm going to use the fact that my mother was 14 when she had me as a part of my story, because most people don't believe that that's possible. I'm going to use the fact that I was one of those children who was bounced around. People forget that when they bouncing kids around from house to house, but that impacts kids switching schools every year. But that's not an excuse. My why for why I am where I am today was so much bigger. It started with my mom saying, you're going to be a doctor at 5, 6 years old. But it ended with me having that passion. Because even if she would have gave me that dream, a lot of parents out here, they give their kids visions and goals. But if the kid don't want to do it, it ain't going to happen. They have to want to do it. That's why I say, what is your why? What is your purpose? What is it? Back then, my purpose was just to get out of the hood, to do something different, to not end up a statistic at all costs. It was like, I got to do this at all costs, right? So you got to build a why that outlasts your excuses. The next thing we have to do is accept imperfect momentum. This is exactly what I've been talking about this whole live. It is like, show up messy, show up tired, just show up for yourself. Just show up. Some of the hardest classes I ever took, organic chemistry, I showed up for that class and I studied for that class like it was nobody's business, but I still failed one time. I can laugh about it now, but it was no laughing matter back then. I was like, oh my God, this class was like my arch enemy. Like organic chemistry, they call it the weed out class for a reason. Some people good at it. Me, it was just one of those things where I was like, this might make or break me. I might not be able to get in with this class, but I just had to go back even after failing. It didn't even after getting a C minus, because you couldn't have a C minus back then. I still had to go back. Most people would have been like, I am tired of this class. I got to take this class another semester. Oh, I can't do it. But when your why is bigger than your excuses, you're going to push through anyways. Show up messy. What's up, Sleepy Stevie? Love it. What's up? Yeah, show up messy. I had to show up for that class messy, raggedy. I was studying, had the organic chemistry book everywhere all night, still fail. I still fail. But I didn't give up though. You know, it was a lot of people who failed with me in that organic chemistry class. They was like, oh, I'm changing my major. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna change my major. I gotta change my method. When you on the journey to your dreams, some people keep switching dreams, jumping here, jumping there. You really know what you want to do, but you don't want to do it because you're scared. It might not be easy. It's going to look a little messy until you get where you're trying to go. That was me. It was like, dang, this is a bumpy road. I'm flunking this class. Got to work. You're going to work 10 times harder, but that's okay. Look where you're trying to go. Everything in life that's worth it isn't going to be easy. Tell us about you. You said, tell you guys about me. What you want to know about me? I'm scared. Drop a question in the chat. I'm not gonna just be like, well, about me, like an interview. I probably won't do that. But if you ask a question, then I'll answer it. Number 4, you want to refrain from setbacks as data and not your identity. That's exactly what I just talked about. Me flunking a class, that was a setback, and I used that setback as data. Like, okay, let me see how I can at least try to pimp a C out the class, because I needed a minimum of a C in organic. I don't know if it was 1 or 2, because I had to take both of them, and it was all hell for me, because like, I was like, oh my God, like, organic chemistry, if you don't know what that is, it's like chemistry, but like with math, and you're doing chemical formulas, like you're putting together this chemical structure, and you got to predict what covalent bond and which bonds is gonna break. It's gonna have a double bond. It's like that type of shit. And that was like my worst enemy. Like I hate it, you know. But I couldn't let that be my downfall. Do you have a class I can pay for? I don't have a class you can pay for, but I do have a community on school with classes that are on there. Some of those are free, but I don't have a paid class right now. Why would you think that? I'm not gonna even read what you said, but why would you think that? Are you blind? Ignic Top, are you blind? I think you're blind. Like, what are you talking about? Anywho, let's carry on. So refrain from the setbacks. Bad connection doesn't mean you're bad. It means you just overstretched. You just overstretched. That doesn't have to be your identity. Failure doesn't always have to be your identity. Quitting doesn't have to be your identity. Staying in a sunken place doesn't have to be your identity, but you will have to join us on TikTok because the internet is bullshitting right now. Let's see if it's gonna work. Oh, I think it's still live. We still good, y'all. Thank y'all for tapping those hearts. We at the 7K. Y'all showing out on TikTok. That's what I love, my TikTok tribe. Y'all show out. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you, Love Loves Me. Make sure y'all follow Love Loves Me and Golden Goddess. They tapping it up. What happened, baby cakes? Oh, Linda is so cool. You is funny as hell. What happened, baby cakes? What? I don't think I ever been called baby cakes. But thank you for following. Baby cakes. That is too funny. Okay, where was I before this whole internet fiasco? We were on reframe setbacks as data and not your identity. So bad connection like I just had doesn't mean that you're bad. It means that you're being stretched, right? Thank you for following. Linden is so cool. I want to say London, but it says Linden. And that's a cute name, by the way. So celebrate resiliency in real time. Rise will remind them of their own stagnation. By you rising, it's like, dang, you think you better than me. You think you growing. Yeah, I'm growing. If I don't give up, yes, I'm growing. What you expect people to do in life? Stay the same? You want them to stay the same? You want them to stay sorry for themselves and fall for every excuse and issue that pop up, make everything a problem like you can't overcome it? No. Your purpose, your legacy, your dreams, they don't need your applause. They don't need other people's applause. Guess what they need, guys? Guess what they need? They need your consistency. They don't care about the outside noise. I see so many people online arguing with trolls, wasting their time. It doesn't matter what the subject is, but they distracting you. Even the trolls can be a distraction. What you arguing with them for? I always tell people, listen, guys, listen. We're not Beyonce, right? But Beyonce, people like that, celebrities, Beyonce don't ever entertain no trolls. If you ever see Beyonce entertaining a troll, you let me know. That'll be the day, because she already know this troll ain't gonna mess up my money, because I don't even know this person. They don't make or break her. And this goes for anybody. You don't have to be Beyonce. You could be anybody. You don't let nobody make or break you. People gonna come around and say evil stuff all day long, every single day. I get people in the live all the time, which is why a lot of people are scared to go live. Let's tell the truth, because they're scared the trolls gonna come in and call them something. Listen, I learned since I've been coming into my true authentic self as a Niji, OCO to my Nijis, by the way, sending love to the ancestors, by the way. Since I've been coming into my authentic self, learning the history about my ancestors, the trolls, I laugh at them now. I don't even pay them no attention. I just be like, evil is so ugly on you. Like racism, all that stuff, play the hell out. So if you still got that energy, it's just like, ooh, you need to go get some antibiotics for that, okay? That's how I look at it. I don't even pay them no attention. I feel like they got a sickness or an illness. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you don't need other people's applause. You don't need nobody else to clap for you. If you do got good people clapping for you, that is amazing. You appreciate those people. What I'm saying is, regardless if you got that or not, you still got to show up for you. You can't be afraid. You can't. You either gonna make it happen, or you gonna keep it rapping, Captain. You gonna wrap it up and move on. Like, make it happen. So this is late night hope for the dreamer. All right, if this is you, I want to let you know that you're not behind, you're not late, you're not forgotten, you're in development. Every champion has a midnight story, and this right here is yours. I don't know why tonight is yours, but you here and I'm sending you positive vibes, so I know you're going to win. If you listening to this point, I know you a winner. I know you a dreamer. I know you got a major purpose. We got the 10K hearts. What? Oh my God. Thank y'all so much. I can put this pen down now, actually. I can put the pen down. Yeah. So tonight and every day, we show up for our tribe, our legacy, and we say we don't fold when it's inconvenient. We rise to every occasion. Y'all know what Maya Angelou said. She said, still I rise. Mother sucker. You might have thought I was going to fall because she was laughing at me when I fell down. But I got back up. That's what you didn't see. You ain't see the times when I fell and I got back up. You don't see the times when I cried in a dark room and I dried my tears and I kept going. You don't see the times when I didn't have a dime but I still masterminded a way to figure it out. You don't see the times when I was tired working one job, two jobs, and had to go to study, but you still figure it out. People don't see what you really go through, and that's okay. They don't have to see. They don't have to know. As long as you know, and you know your why is bigger than your excuse, that's all that matters. Your why has to be bigger than your excuses. Okay? That's it. That's all. Boom, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's it. That's all. So this is the art of not quitting. The art of never giving up. The art of never throwing in the towel. Even when your body feel like you want to throw in a towel. You find yourself up at midnight just thinking, trying to find a master plan, This is when you realize that your purpose don't follow a schedule. Your faith don't punch out at 5 o'clock. When you up and you contemplating and you got something very important to do and you can't just let it go, what your body is saying, do you really want this? Or do you want it only when it's convenient for you? Let's talk about that part. Some people only want things because it's easy, it look good, it's a fad, But if you really want this, you're going to want it and push through even when it's not convenient for you. Good stuff, by the way. I just wanted to say that. What's up, Film by Connor? How you feeling? What's up? So like me, I had every reason not to show up, every reason to say, you know what, I'm just going to skip this day. But, something has to keep us going. Something has to allow us to fall, to get back up, to feel weak, to feel outdone, to say, oh, no, what, I'm a survivor, and get back up and say, you know what, I'm becoming the best version of myself. Some of the best advice I heard from an elder person, I think this was maybe like a week ago, and it was simple, and I already know this, but I just had to hear it again. They were like, listen, don't be afraid to fall and learn. I mean, in life, when you're young, you're going to go up, down. Life going to flip you all around. You'll end up in places you never thought that you would be. Like, you would be doing things you never imagined possible. Peace and love, Connor. You'll be doing things that you never thought was possible. Like, this is you becoming a new level, and that's going to require a different level of hunger. It's going to require a different level of hunger. It's going to require a level of hunger that says, oh my God, I got to push through even when, my brain is telling me to go to sleep. It's going to require a different level of follow through, right? A different level of self-respect. Thank you for following. It's going to require a different level of self-respect. Oh, yeah. But I think that you are so capable of it. It's already in your DNA. We already know that greatness is in our DNA. We just got to wake it up. It's been hibernating. Some people's greatness has been hibernating for far too long. And if they did wake it up, they'd probably be scared of it. They would be scared of success. They would be scared to push through. They didn't even know that they could do that. In dental school, I didn't know my brain could be that smart. Like, how do I put this? In dental school, I didn't know that my brain could learn so much because they just push your brain to maximum level. You get out of college thinking, okay, I did a little 16 credit hours. You get to dental school, you like 40 to 50 credit hours a semester. You're like, whoa, the jokes is on me. You got to learn how to study over again. I actually had to learn how to study in dental school. And I was like, dang, why don't they teach this to high schoolers? But that's besides the point. But I was like, dang, it's a specific way to study. I hadn't learned that in the hood. A lot of people probably hadn't learned that. But I had to learn how to study to even get through something so drastic. That's what I mean. Some things gonna require a different level of hunger. So many people want to be entrepreneurs. Even me. I call myself out. I ain't ashamed. I was like, I want to be an entrepreneur, open up my own dental practice and shit. Like, and then when I started it, 3 years in, I'm like, whoa, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. This requires a whole nother level of me. Not the dental school Dr. Sean, not the undergrad Dr. Sean, not the dental associate Dr. Sean, but this is the autonomous, entrepreneur Dr. Sean. And outside it looks glamorous, like, yeah, I'm a business owner. Inside, it's a lot of learning. It's a lot of failure. It's a lot of learning curves. Expensive learning curves. But does this mean that you can't do it? People would have never thought that a young, needy, melanated queen from the hood, little ghetto chick, hood ghetto, want to hang outside with my friends, dance, go to the little teen nights, pop locking. Will make it this far to the point where I'm from Tallahassee, Florida, up in New York, running a dental practice, not someone else's practice, but something that has my blueprint, has a family legacy attached to it. That's hard to do. I said it was hard to do. I ain't say it was impossible, boo. So if you got something that's hard, so what? Everything that's worth it ain't easy. So what if it's hard? So what if it's causing you to level up? You've been comfortable too long already. It's time for us to level up. It's time to get us out of the comfort zone. It's time for a different follow through. When I realized, okay, entrepreneurship is something that is a whole nother beast. Let me strategize differently for this. So every level that you grow and you become, it's going to require a whole new level. You can't just stay here. If you grow to this level right here, this year, right? And you got your whole life ahead of you, and you ain't doing nothing to elevate past this level, I don't know if this is always seeking a better opportunity. Some people get stuck on a job and they never seek a better opportunity. They stay stuck at the same salary, stuck. They don't ever want to take the supervisor role or go and see what else they can do or what other skill do they have. So many people sitting on talents or sleeping on talents for things that they said they was going to do and they still haven't done. Oh, I'm going to do this one day. Your one day, it may never come. You got to do it today. You can't be waiting on one day. You can't be waiting. That didn't work. When I kept studying for that organic chemistry class and it wasn't working, I was like, dang, that ain't working. I got to do something else, girl. You studying all day and night. You still can't pass this class. That was me. Like, we got to figure something out, girl, because you ain't going to make it. Right? You don't wait until you feel like it. Some people, I do it when I feel like it. You think that's how dreamers work? You think that's how success, entrepreneurship, creator, all these things work? You gonna wait till you feel like it. You think people just wake up and feel like it? I'm sure some of the most successful people, whether that's on TikTok, YouTube, at your job, on TV, whoever you follow as a celebrity, I'm sure they don't wait until they feel like it. That's like me working out. I suck at working out. I hold myself accountable. I know I suck. It's a generational curse I'm trying to break. I have to break. If I don't, health is wealth. And if you don't get it, then your body will teach you. And one day it'll make you realize that health is wealth. Not money. Health is wealth. Right? So we can't wait until we feel like it. Imagine people who work out wait until they feel like working out. No, you can't do that. You don't negotiate with your excuses. Who is doing this? We gotta let you negotiating with your excuses. Where they do that at? Man, listen, throw the excuses in the trash. I'm telling you, do not negotiate with your excuses. You don't shrink just because the day got heavy. You had a heavy day, now you shrinking, now you crumbling, you folding. If that is so, try again tomorrow. Refresh, rejuvenated, try it again. Hold yourself up with honor, even on the days when you don't feel like it. Today is the day I didn't feel like it. Can I be honest with y'all or not? I don't feel like it, but I got a mission, I got a purpose. And I know that I got to hold myself accountable just because you don't feel like it. What? I wouldn't be who I am. You wouldn't be where you are becoming more if you stop every time you didn't feel like it. But to the people who did stop when they didn't feel like it, every day they don't feel like it, I need you to get back on track. Don't lose your momentum. When you quit on yourself, right, you teach your spirit to distrust your own voice. And that is very dangerous. Quitting on yourself and then allowing your spirit to fall into a safe place with, failure. It's like being comfortable with not going after what you truly want. Your spirit gets comfortable with like this sunken place, right? But if you show up, even messy, even late, even tired, you're going to rebuild that trust within yourself. You're going to say to yourself, I got you. I got you. And this is going to change everything because consistency is really just self-trust in action. Okay? What's the real reason why people don't give up? You may say. What is the real reason why, Dr. Sean? Why don't they give up? Thank y'all for tapping those hearts. 14.5. Hey. So people don't give up just because they're weak. People give up because they're lonely inside of their dreams. Let's talk about it. Have you felt lonely inside of your dream? Like maybe you don't have the support, or maybe like it's a lonely road, or you scared to tell people about it because they're going to judge you? Listen, you carrying something so big with no blueprint, no support, no hand holding, no applause, no cheerleader. It be like that sometimes. I think that certain people gonna cheer for me. They might not show up, but that don't stop me. It ain't never stopped me. You gotta keep moving. Your circle gonna change. The dynamics of your circle changes as you elevate. Some people gonna become haters. Some people gonna become naysayers. Some people ain't gonna elevate, and you got to keep it moving. So what if you don't get those applause and that support? We already know from yesterday that when you elevate, like 30-something% of your circle becomes jealous. And this was a study done by Harvard. And other studies show the same type of energy, jealousy inside of the circle. So don't let that be something that you don't know. You just got to expect this. And people don't mean it. They just can't take you changing because they don't want to change. So they feel like, oh, you changing. You changing up on me, sis. You goddamn right. What? You want me to stay stuck forever? Get out of here, man. That loneliness can feel like failure, right? But it's actually the birthplace of your greatness. My first day on campus as a college student at Florida State University in Tallahassee, Florida, home of the Seminoles, right? I had to go to that first day like orientation alone. I saw other kids. You know, this is a PWI, predominantly white institution. And I'm this melanated kid from Tallahassee, and I got all my family here, but I didn't call somebody and say, hey, I got to go to college for the first day. I'm scared as hell. No, me, I was a kid who gonna just show up because I know that this is gonna be a lonely journey, because nobody to believe that I'm gonna be a doctor in the first place. They're not gonna show up for me because they think that I just got this pipe dream. They like, you gonna be a doctor? Okay, you know, they yeah, girl. But I know that some people really didn't believe that. They didn't believe it when I was this kid. Yeah, I'm gonna be a doctor. You know, it's 1%. You know, they counted me out. You know. But I'm showing up to this campus day one by myself, looking at the people with their parents, and you know, people come into college, they got their parents, they moving them in. You know, you go and you just intimidated. And I'm like, oh, it's scary. But those are the moments that make you the greatest. I promise you, when you walk through those doors during the most fearful time in your life, and you do it, you're going to feel so good, like you can do anything. And I mean that. You're going to feel like you can do anything. The loneliness is just the birthplace of your greatness. It's teaching you how to be comfortable with yourself. It's teaching you how not to fold, how not to shrink, just because you're not familiar with this environment. When we go to new places, elevate to new heights, it's going to feel so strange, so scary. Like, oh my gosh, I'm scared. Am I going to turn around? No, I'm not. Not going to turn around. It can feel scary. Every level of elevating is going to be a little intimidating. Whether you're going from elementary school to middle school, you're going to be a little scared. How many of us remember going from high school or from middle school to high school, how you felt? Like, I know, I was like, oh my God, you're thinking about your clothes. You're just thinking about so much during this transition. And this is just before you get to 18. College, from high school to college, that's a whole nother level. Getting your first job, starting a new job. You know, anytime you enter these life-changing moments where you're going through a transformation and you're alchemizing the best life in your mind, it's going to change you. But these are the birthplaces of your greatness, of who you are becoming. Every innovator, every leader, every healer has walked through the valley of isolation. They walked through the valley of place where they didn't have all the support. But that has to come later. You can't do it for the support. You got to do it for the purpose. Do it for the passion. Your why has to be bigger than, oh, I just want to do it because I want likes on Instagram or something. That don't really amount to nothing. People getting likes every day, they ain't counting. That's not calculating into the bank account. What is your true why? Your why unconnected to money. Your intangible why, we will say. Think about your intangible why. So if you feel alone on your path, listen, you in excellent company. The most perfect company is a calm, motivated, consistent you. That's the best company you can be in, right? Your future self is watching, guys. Imagine the future you, standing tall, standing stronger, wiser, healthier, whispering back through time, don't quit on me. We telling our future self this right now. I'm telling my future self this right now. Don't quit on me. Don't quit on me. Imagine your future self stress-free, traveling in peace, money flowing without begging, right? We talking to our future self here. We just manifesting, speaking it into existence. You got clients who respect your skills, opportunities that are aligning with your spirit, because you never lost your spirit during this elevation process, and a community and tribe that grew with you. Not someone who's standing on the sideline praying on your downfall. And you'll know your true tribe because they're going to be unapologetic. I met a couple people in my life who are unapologetic. I know exactly who they are. I know exactly who they are. I can count them on one hand, my tribe, who going to show up regardless. I know they're not talking behind my back. When they show up, their energy is unmatched. It's never like, do this person. No. Their energy is unmatched. You'll be like, dang, why you love me so much, bro? It's like that. You will know. You will know. So this future self, they exist. He exists. She exists. Your job today, I charge you and I charge myself with walking towards her. Even when the road feels foggy. You walk towards your future him. Even if it looks a little dark, we're going to walk towards our future self. So you get up in the morning, or if it's morning, you getting up walking towards your future self. Right? Every time we show up, we build our future self. Brick by brick. Stream by stream. Lesson by lesson. We fail and we recover. It's like a cycle. You're going to fail, recover. You're going to have some ups, downs. So when you in your down season, it's okay. Pat yourself on the back because you surviving that. And a lot of people might be in a season based on the economy, what's going on, so much changing. There's a war with history. I haven't talked about history in a couple days because I needed a break because I was uncovering some deep evil stuff, and I can't stay on that wavelength every day. I have to have some positivity to balance the history because it can be too much. But it's an important part of growing for me is the history, because it helps me understand why my journey is so hard. Some people feel like, oh my God, I lack this, I'm in the hood, I'm stuck in poverty because of me. No, it's because you got a generational curse placed on your life. And generational curses aren't just one, they're multi-dimensional. There's so many generational curses placed on you by history, all the way back from Constantine, all the way back then, all the way till now. So don't feel like it's all you, but it is on you if you fail, if you quit, I should say. So tonight for me, guys, it wasn't about perfection. It was about obedience and showing up for my purpose. So the future you is so proud. The future you is proud as hell. Like, oh, yes. The future you is like, yes. Right? Linda is so cool. Says, so real. Film by Connor said, yes, so true. Right, guys? So we ain't never giving up over here. All I want you to carry from this moment is you're allowed to be tired. You're allowed to fall behind. Tap those hearts. You're allowed to stumble. Oh, yeah. But what's the one thing we not allowed to quit, guys? I mean, I told y'all the answer. Wait, hold on. Let me start it over. I said you're allowed to be tired, fall behind, and stumble, but you're not allowed to what? To quit. I was going to ask it as a question, but I just said it. Okay, so you're not allowed to quit. Your destiny is too big for you to quit. Your gift's way too heavy. You know your gift's way too heavy. Your gift is way, way, way too heavy for you to quit. Your spirit is too royal. It's way too royal for you to quit and allow these generational curses to count you out. Okay? It's way too royal. It's way too royal for you to bow down to these temporary inconveniences, because that's all they are. We have a lot of temporary inconveniences, and some people think this is the moment for them to clock out. You know, depression will have you like that. Anxiety will have you like that. PTSD, all the trauma will have you feeling like every moment, every temporary inconvenience is a sign for you to stop. And no, I've been there, done that in a state of feeling down and sad and depressed and, you know, just burnt out. I've been so low in my life to the point where I could have quit so many times. I'm not even gonna hold you. I could have thrown the towel so many times. I mean, so many times. But we always go back to that why. Be like, well, dang, why you never quit, Dr. Sean? Because I had to remember my why. I got to remember my why. Quitting ain't in my DNA. It's not. I got people to help. I got people to inspire. That's my why. What's up, Afro? What's going on? How you feeling? How you feeling? All right. So you're not done, guys. You're just getting started. So that has been my live. I am so happy I showed up here tonight. I pushed through. I'm actually a living example of pushing through on a time when you don't feel like pushing through. I'm nearing 70 days straight going live. I did not quit on my consistency challenge. This would have been my 4th or 5th time quitting, so I had to show up tonight to keep the momentum going. Even though you said, I'm good, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm having like a weird day, just tired, feeling a little, under the weather. But, still here, pushing through, inspiring the tribe. And my tribe on TikTok got this podcast today to 20K likes. Y'all show out. I appreciate that, man. I want to see, how can I see who been tapping it up? I already know Love Loves Me been tapping it up. Afro, thank you for liking. Golden Goddess been tapping it up. Y'all been showing out. I really appreciate it, guys. So I'm about to get off of here. Make sure you are following. Grab your daily heart me. I will be back again live tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. It's supposed to be 8, but you see what time it is now, so I don't know. We'll, turn on your notifications so that you will know when I go live. And I thank y'all for joining me tonight. Do we have any questions? Afro said good night. I will have a good night. You have a great night as well, guys. If we don't have any questions, I'm about to get up off of here. Me and my runny nose gotta go. See y'all tomorrow.